There we go. Alright. First thing as always, gonna check the stream, so how's it going sounding and everything. Alright. Put that on the background for right now. And we'll go ahead and hit continue because I'm gonna do a little name change. I'll try to explain everything in due time. And wait for that stuff to load. Sorry, I was just I was checking something to see if I could be able to fit a certain character word thing in there. I have to like make sure I can be able to you know, I have to make sure I'm able to do all mobile stuff and things. Like I was like loading up Night Rain. Well, I was loading up fucking Discord on mobile. We're gonna be like, hey, like I got this idea. I was gonna do a little thing of I was going to check my bots and everything like that, and maybe see if other stuff happened on Discord. Hang on. There we go. We'll do that. We'll do that for a name. Cause fuck it, why not? Come on. Maybe break my damn finger. checking my build real quick. Like I just did this a few hours ago, and everything's not wanting to work properly. Like where the hell? Give me a sec, guys. It's probably gonna take a little bit, cause Discord on mobile is wanting to be a bit of a bitch. And it's like I'm literally hitting the button, the little arrow button that's going live. So I was thinking, like, all kind of, like what's going on and what I missed and all that jazz. So. But I guess while I do the slow and steady waiting game, I guess I'll go ahead and technically just kind of get started a little bit. So, as always, everyone, heyo, my fellow Rumble Maniacs. It's Mr. Rumble Roses here, and welcome to a second stream of the day, where I'm doing another thing in Night Rain, but this time I'm gonna do something a little bit different. So last time I did my last Night Rain stream, I started a fist type build for Raider, and I managed to take on the first two bosses of the game, which was Tricephalos and Gaping Jaw. Both of them went pretty nicely. I had some interesting little moments there. And I did things a little bit earlier than normal because I wasn't really doing much of anything. I was just like, you know what? Why don't I, and I was just like, you know what? I'm going to just going to do my little thing and do it early. And then I was thinking to myself, it's like, well, maybe I'll, like chill out for a little bit, and whatnot, and just, go from there. And then I was thinking to myself, it's like, okay, well, what else can I possibly do? At one point in time, I was thinking to myself, it's like, oh, maybe I can, cause at one point in time, I was thinking to myself, it's like, oh, maybe I'll do like something, but maybe do something else, on stream, like a different game or whatever. And then I was thinking about, then I was kind of like just thinking about it, and it's like, oh, I had a little random, off-stream expedition, and then I hear my dog barking and everything like that, and it's like, oh, I guess it's that time. So I was just like, you know what? I think I'm just going to go ahead and just play some more Night Rain because I'm already on the game. So it's like, why? So it's like, it's like, hey, like you just go with what you have on. So what I decided to do was I decided to do a little bit of a head start per se on a upcoming little playthrough, little fun run build thing that I had in mind, which was playing as Wilder with a build that's kind of based around Nine Arborias from Dark Souls. So, as you guys have seen, for the humor, for the humor of things, I'm calling myself Nine Arborias because my little fun name thing that I'm kind of playing around with, I'm calling this little run as Arborias the Abyss Walker, which I'm pretty sure like people are going to be asking, like, what kind of name is that? So, long while back, whenever I was playing Dark Souls 3, um, I kind of came up with this little random ass name for the Abyss Walkers, or like I think it's like Abyss Walkers, Abyss Watchers, whatever. I want to say it's the Abyss Walkers, but basically I came up with this random ass little name for the hell of it for them, and I called them the Abyss Walkers, and that was kind of like just a thing that kind of just stuck to me ever since. So yeah. And because of how in this game, in Night Rain and all that, you can be able to play. You can have the Abyss Walker skin, aka Artorias' skin thing, on Wilder. I was like, oh hey, maybe I'll be like, oh hey, maybe I can do a little thing because I've been slowly but surely like trying in a sense to like I'm sort of like trying to do a little thing in a sense where it's like I try to like make what I kind of refer to as like the cosplay builds, where it's like I try to like use like say say for example like for Raider here because like I'm in the Katarina armor or the Onion armor, like I made a little build at one point in time that's based around the Siegward of Katarina, thus calling him Siegward II. Same thing here per se, even though like I don't have her in it yet, but I made a little thing with Revenant calling her like a bit. I did a little thing with Revenant where it's like I kind of tried to make a little build based around Sister Frida of Dark Souls 3, um, stuff like that, and even when I did my Guardian Solaire build, where I tried to make like a build based around Knight Solaire, but of course with Guardian. So, there's that. And for this one, I'm going to be trying to do a little thing with Artorias, or in this case, as I'm calling him, or as I'm calling him, Arborias the Abyss Walker. But because they can't be able to put that, whole thing in there, I'm going by the name of like Knight Arborias, but that's kind of the monogram thing or whatever. So yeah. And now, I'm gonna show you guys the build because I've been doing like a little bit of research on this, even though like I don't always be able to do this kind of thing. But yeah, this is my little Artorias build. I'm using Wild's Chalice, which has a red, yellow, and white slot, where the white slot is a freebie slot, so you can use any color that you want. And I'm using the following relics. So, first one is Red Grand Burning Scene, where it has Wilder's. It has a special Wilder passive thing where art activation spreads fire in area, and +2 in strength and dex. Yellow Grand Luminous Scene, where it has +2 strength and dex, and also physical attack up. And then I have a blue Grand Drizzly Scene, where it has a thing for Wilder where it improves intelligence and faith, but reduces strength and dex, and it has +3 in strength and it has +3 in intelligence and +3 in faith. So basically, what I did was I tried to make. So basically, what I did with this is that I tried, to use this particular relic, which, funny enough, you can actually get this relic from the collector signboard outside of Round Table Hogue. Now there might be a little requirement thing that you have to do, but that's basically that is the location where you can get this. This was originally known to be like a Deep of Night relic, but ever since the Forsaken Hollows DLC came about, they made some Deep of Night type stuff. Made as a thing for base game. So yeah, and the other two relics pretty much are random relics that I got on my on my adventures. Now, when I was looking up about like when I was looking up some stuff about Artorias, the one thing I was kind of seeing was that he's mostly like a strength and dex build, but he has a little bit of like faith and intelligence and all that stuff as well. So I was like, oh, well I can go do that with Wilder and have some fun there. So yeah, this is basically like the the loadout of all loadouts. Because I looked at every single like thing that I had. So and this is just my 2 cents because I don't know for 100% for sure, but possibly anything that reduced the strength and dex on this build possibly might have gotten it back and maybe even then some. With the with the additional stuff. So yeah. um, so yeah, that's pretty much my little build there. And I'm gonna see how things go with it. Now, because I switched back to my PS4 channel. So yeah, that's my little build right there. In case anyone wants to, you know, I'm gonna do a little thing of like, so if anyone wants to like, have a little fun of like, trying to make a notorious build and Night Rain, then there you go. You might get some other little stuff here and there, but just kind of a little something to shoot for. So, um, but basically, what you want to be able to do is like you want to have at least a slot that you can be able to use for the blue the blue relic to get the improved intelligence and face thing from. So, okay. So the way that the way that these little runs work pretty much is kind of simple-ish. Okay. So normally I do 2 bosses per stream because sometimes queue times can be a little bit iffy and up in the air about like how long it might take to actually find an expedition with people and all that. And sometimes even doing expeditions themselves can take a little bit. But the way it usually goes is like I try and do 2 bosses per stream, and if I go get into both bosses that I'm trying to queue up for and everything like that, and everything goes well, then I VOD the whole stream. But like let's say if I beat one boss but can't really do anything for the second boss, then I do a random little stream highlight where I basically just um I make like the beginning of the expedition of the successful thing that I had as its own video and pretty much just keep it on Twitch until I have to make some room and post it on YouTube. So there's that. Now, if we can't be able to get into any bosses per se, then if we can't get into any bosses, or if, we can't be able to make some sort of progression, then I just don't VOD stream. Period. Because like I don't really keep I don't really keep runs that are more or less like a failure type of run. So there's that. um, I usually play in trios, basically where basically it's left with me and 2 other randoms. I try and stick it out as much as I can, but sometimes there might be those moments where it's like, oh, the game, or like either like the game is giving me issues, like always kicking me out of the game, or like PlayStation's kind of like, oh, you're not signed in, so you have to sign in order to play this online game or whatever. Even though like I never sign out, even like I never sign out or go in invis or whatever the fuck. Or if by some random case where it's like, oh, people are just, like, or that bad, and, they can't, do literally almost fuck all, then that might be like that time I might leave. But other than that, though, the only time I ever really would leave, per se, is, like, if both my teammates leave for whatever reason and never come back, because, like, I usually, because I usually try and do a thing where it's like, oh, if I'm going to do this, then, I want to, play as the thing. But like I have had those moments where it's like I queue it for a trio session, and it ends up in a duo, and it ends up in a duo thing. And like I've done all the bosses like that, so I'm used to it if that's the case. But if both members leave, then I leave as well. So. And there's the police staff. a Raider and a Revenant. Good Gwyn, Croc Mo. Alright. Now, even though even though like my whole build thing is based around Arborias, like I'm still gonna like play things, as best I can, so it's like, oh, I'm gonna, like maybe, I'm gonna maybe like, have, like use great swords, maybe I might use like, some sort of like some incantations or staves or whatever, anything I think could be useful, I want to use it, even if I don't, or even if, like Artorias is not known to use, such things, but, it's my thing, damn it. Alright. Yeah, I got some, maybe I guess you can't Revenant. Gonna poison Scarlet Rot. Gonna poison Rot, Raider. Okay. Oh, bind thing then dropped. Daggers. Boluses. Always kind of do a bit of a thing where it's like I check everything as much as possible, and see what kind of stuff happens. So. Alright. First thing on the air tree. Do that for now. Ooh, Great Club. Magic. Alright. Go strong. Well, I guess I'll take this for now. Take that. Yeah, maybe we might come back on day 2 or something. Why go there? Clambers. I am dead. I mean, if they don't want it, I'll take it. See what's left here. And for whatever reason, the Revenant left. Not sure why. Also, I saw a body. I saw a fucking body somewhere. Oh, over here. Who will be this now? He's the waiter body. Oh, you. So you, man. So you. Wait, what was that? I'll take that for now. Blah, blah, blah. I'm assuming like either his rage quit or something happened that, you know, that happens, that happens. Oh! Bitch. Yeah. Mausoleum Anoint. Oh, attacks afflict sleep. You know what? Okay, another thing that I would want to use. Okay. Kind of find it funny, like the attack. I don't know why it's like, I kind of find it funny sometimes. Where it's like the whole attack side of the thing. It's like, oh, it's magic, but stats effect. You know, like bleed and frost. Lang missed it. Yep. Yo, you just cooked me with my fucking thing. Ow! Oh, you got it. Edge. Shall we do that? But starts with all. I am dead. I don't know the guy counters. God, what was it? Dude, I see levers here. You know, I was randomly noticed. I can actually hear the Falcon footsteps.
Maybe. It is done.
Oh, that's funny. Who's melee attack power? I get in here and help the raider. I'll take the winding grease. I'll be that guy. Alright, let's see. Because I'm pretty good with my stuff. Oh, we going this way, huh? Well, alright. Hopefully what's over here, we can take it out in time, and then we can, maybe get that great, maybe get that change. Get flash number 6. Hey, it's give me this bitch. Miss me. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Flame. Light. Zip zombies up. More Albion archers. And we did not clear this place. I could have sworn I just saw the fucking... Oh yeah! Alley-oop, please. Yeah, I'll see this right bud. I see the ultimate meth bird up there. We ain't no friend of mine. he came in style. Ouch. Yeah, fucker. It's Owie. How did that fucking kill you in one hit? God damn, that was a fucking crit. Still dagger. He got knocked the fuck down. Oh man, imagine having that as a gear. Fuck! What is it? What did he drop? Took it. I'll take the HD recovery. Ah, well, that's their fault, that's right. Oh yeah, that's right, cause it was the deer bitch. motherfucker I just healed. No, no, I said no. Ooh. Not one, but two winning races. I'm just gonna give that one of them to the way we both can have a thing. Alright. Uh. Oh. I am back. God damn. I dodged that, okay. Ow! Nice. Okay. That's decent. I'm gonna sell it. Sell. That could be nice. I'm gonna keep it for now. Two things real close. So I'd say if I was doing like a thing that was recluse, if I was doing a little, playthrough thing with recluse and everything, I'd say this probably could be, you know, decent um, to have, especially like if I was going up against Libra, because improved madness resistance. So let's check something real quick. I want to see something real quick. Okay, so got through Tricephalos. Now next step is keeping Jewel again. So we did manage to get a nice little quick, like quick queue up for that. But yeah, like I said, I did a little thing, where it's like I made like like a few different builds, as like I kind of refer to as like the cosplay builds. Um, and this Artorias thing was one of them. So yeah, like I did a thing for Wilder, Guardian, Raider, and Revenant. I haven't done anyone else on the sync. I've done these things to what else I could do for said characters. So there's that. But I'm pretty happy with how the builds turned out for them. I've been kind of like thinking, I've been kind of like thinking about the thing for Duchess about the I can't remember the thing. I think it's called like the Wraith build or something. The Wraith skin. I've been trying to figure out like what kind of build to do for that, but I can't really find much. Yeah, cause I say like the other builds that I've done, they have that thing where it's like, oh, if you want to make, cause I've had like, blah, blah, blah. For the other builds that I've done, I've had it to where it's like, oh, it's kind of like like a blank and blank, or blank with the side of this, and all that. So I'm like, okay, so I just find, like find relics that, um, they like kind of like go for that, kind of go for that little thing. But couldn't really find much in terms of um, I couldn't really find much in terms of I think like I think the only thing I could really find technically for a wraith build and everything was basically that they had that the main weapon for a wraith build is straight swords, and that's really about it. But, it's just been like thinking about like, oh, I'm gonna just make like straight swords, like a straight swords type build, and go from there. That was a spears build that I made based on something I saw. Bounce relics. Like a, I kind of refer to this as like the random infinity build, where it's like I use Hulster's um, relic. The thing about it is, it's like I think like for most of the characters that weren't like Revenant or Recluse, I think I did a bit of a thing where it's like I would make like a build that I call like the Infinity build, and it's like the one relic I always would have is Holster's relic because like it adds an because as it says on the first thing, switching weapons adds an infinity attack, which either can be the thing of like holy lightning, fire, magic. Which speaking of Holster, there's another thing I've been kind of like. There's been another thing I've been kind of like hearing, and just going like hear people going all over the place. I just want to just check something real quick. So I've heard a lot of people like talk about having like an Everdark Hulster boss. Um, and like to be honest with you, like I don't know why. Like I don't know why people would want an Everdark Hulster fight, especially because of the fact that like the time is that old saying go like that ship has sailed. So it would not make any sense whatsoever to have an Everdark Hulster fight because for those that don't know what I'm talking about, um, there were at some point in time there was like this introduction of Everdark Sovereign bosses. So basically what would happen is it would be the majority of the bosses that are not the main bosses, and they would have a third phase that would be even more powerful than their previous forms. Um, and I think like I started doing the thing where it's like I think I started doing a little thing where it was like I once like I started having like two or maybe like two different two well, like one or two at most, and then they added to where it's like you could have three Everdark Summer bosses like each week, which I think it's like each Thursday or something at most. And yeah, and you both do that, and this week you got like Everdark Libra, you got Everdark Drift Knight, and then you got Everdark Balancers, which I don't ever want to touch the fucking Everdark Balancers ever again, cause that shit was stressful. But so a lot of people like wanting to have like an Everdark Killsword fight, aka Everdark Knight aspect. and everything, and I guess you say it's kind of like the whole coping feeling, like the whole cope. It's like I'm coping to see these one day, but I don't know, cause like I'm just trying to think of myself. It's like, why ask for something that that doesn't really make sense? Because like if you're gonna have an Everdark Hulster fight, then you would have to make an Everdark Dreadlord fight, and it's like, and then it's like, and you gotta think about it like this for a second. It's like what the fuck could you possibly do with either one of them? Okay, like what the fuck can you do to have an Everdark Hulster fight, let alone an Everdark Dreadlord fight? It's like I don't think most people take that into consideration. And the second thing I would say is that and the second thing I don't think people would take into consideration is what the fuck are you gonna do with what the fuck are you gonna make the boss relics for those Everdark final bosses be? Because for me it's like okay I'm gonna show you guys some stuff real quick. I'm gonna have to go to the collector's signboard at most. Okay. Actually, no. Actually, no. I can't show you there because they don't like that. Give me a sec. Okay, so the Knight of Dregs is the boss relic for Dreadlord. Okay, so the effects goes as follows. So attacks inflict rot when damage is taken. So basically, whenever you take any sort of damage, whether it be like little or a lot, then you have the ability to have some of your weapons have a bit of Scarlet Rot. Um, Rot in the vicinity causes a continuous CP recovery, and stat summon gauges slowly increase attack power. Now, now let me ask you guys, like, what the fuck are you gonna be able to do to make an Everdark Dreadlord relic that would be from this? How could you be able to um, you know what could you possibly do in order to have a different type of relic? Some that make things a little bit different. And then we got Knight of the Lord, which is the denial aspect relic. Okay, so switching weapons adds an infinity attack, boost attack power of add infinity attacks. Switching weapons boost attack power. Okay, so now this is just my 2 cents on this. So if you were to do a thing, so if you were to do a little thing of like, okay, let's say that somehow Everdark Hulster becomes a thing, and you want to you want to make like a boss relic. The one thing that kind of comes to my mind is if you want to have something a little bit different, have it to where it's not where like it has switching weapons adds a status effect. Because you have the infinity attacks. Now I think like now I think the next best thing to do probably would have to be status effects. So like say on one hand you got holy lightning, fire, magic, and so if you want to do the other thing, if you want to do status effect stuff, I would say that most you would have to do like bleed, frost, poison, rot. So you have bleed, frost, poison, rot. If you're able to do something like that, then maybe, you know. And then if you were to like, and then like let's say like you wanted to have like a secondary thing. This is my 2 cents on this. But if you wanted to like have a second another little thing for it, I would say boost the attack power of status effects. So like let's say for example, like you switch it, you do a little thing, and let's say like you get bleed, you get blood loss. What the best way, the best thing that I would suggest to make it worthwhile is you gotta have the same boost of attack power of added infinity attacks that you do at most for stats effects. It's like you gotta have like maybe like so you gotta really like boost those stats effects to where it's like they can actually proc things a little bit quicker. Like you would like have like quick frost or quick blood loss or you know quick poison, quick rot. Now for the third slot, I really don't know what you could do with that because that's kind of like one of those things where it's like it has to be, it just goes up in the air. I would almost say I would almost say like whatever I would almost say kind of like take the rotten vicinity causes of continuous HP recovery. I would say like probably I would say like probably what you could do at most is like have the status effect kind of like give you like a boost in health or something like that. Like if like if you proc blood loss, you get like proc frost, then you get like a nice little boost in health. But then we come to I say like that's probably like the best thing I can think of. That's probably like the best I can think of in terms of like what you could do if by some rhyme or reason of a miracle that you had an Everdark Holster relic. But then we would have to come to the Night of Dregs. So Night of Dregs, that's something I think is a little bit more harder to do because two out of the three things involve Scarlet Rot. And and like let's say hypothetically like you've already got Scarlet Rot, a Scarlet Rot thing for the Everdark Holster relic. But what would you be able to possibly do in order for a Everdark Dreadlord relic? I'll say that is something I don't even know what you could do. Now, in my opinion, because I've been kind of like hearing this here and there, but the one thing I kind of remember hearing people say a lot is they wanted something that has to do with Deathblight. Wow. Yeah, it's like the one thing I always remember hearing people talk about was, um, with Deathblight. Like they wanted to have like a thing where it's like, you can have like like a Deathblight type of stats effect. You can use that on your enemies. Blah 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 blah. So yeah, that's yeah. Basically, like if that's the best thing I can think of. But then again, it's like I'm just kind of like but then again, like I'm kind of picturing this a little bit, right? But like imagine if imagine if you will, fucking The Dreadlord decides to do things like, oh, you get Death Blight. Because I think that would, because unless you could be able to have something, that would nullify a Death Blight effect, then I would say that at most, you probably are going to not, or you're probably going, it's probably going to be a bit of a, it's probably going to be more, it's going to be quite a slog. Like I feel like it's going to be a literal slog to, deal with with an Everdark Dreadlord if they had Death Blight, because Death Blight, because like if that fucker fills up, then you automatically go down no matter how much health you have. So yeah. So basically, it's like if you want to be able to do something like that, then you would have to like make it to where like you have to like make it. I feel like the only thing you could really be able to do is like you make like a Death Blight relic. So like let's say I don't know. Let's say like for example, this is just off the top of my head, spitballing here. But let's say for example that you have it to where it's like your starting armament deals Death Blight. Okay, it's like like say for like bows, colossal weapons, great swords, even fists. So you can go do that, or switching weapons adds Death Blight to to your thing. Um, maybe something involving like status element gauges. You get like maybe you get like maybe you get like a nice increase of status resistance for everything. Probably like more so that would that would question like for some people. That's just an iron eye. Question is, are we actually gonna get the thing? Small Doodle and Cinder. Okay, we got ourselves a thing. But yeah, like I said, like that's the best thing I can think of as far as if you like, like I said, hypothetically, if you were to do a Everdark Holster and an Everdark Dreadlord, if you were going to do relics, then yeah. Average relic. Okay, not bad. Not bad Toru. Dagger. Oh man. Ooh. I'll take that shit. Okay, they got the thing out here. Okay. 8 for 8. Damn, though, they didn't get to fucking go to the castle thing over here. Or fort. Arborias. Might be a thing over here because the iron is running through it. I don't get that for funsies. For funsies. Finish. Nice great sword. I'm gonna go here. If I can be targeted. Unfortunately, I'm not seeing a whole lot of places that involve poison of some kind. Which, to be honest with you, it kinda sucks. Like that. I'll see another me. It's like, I see another me. And I don't know about you, kind of filled, but it filled me with glee. As I go tee-hay. And then there. I definitely want to get that. I got a little motion goods, but I kind of want to get this. Ow. Ouch. Open pot. Well, even though I would check the well, a certain little spot. I'm going to kind of say screw it for now. Oh, what should know about that? Oh, whoa. Ah, I see. There must be a crucible knot down there. Oh, whoa. Can you just let me in, please? There you go. I'll take a stemmy now. And I'm gonna go down here. See what kind of treasures await me. Okay. I was doing either like sentient pest or tricephalus. I probably would have gotten one of those. But no. Yo. Take the next time in there. try and get that at the moment. Ah, fuck. Son of a bitch. Well, good jumping. Little jumpies. Oh. Run, please. Apparently not a thing was dropped over here. Good idea. That didn't even hit me. That should have been a hit. Yeah. That. Gotta love it. I guess we'll be going here. Oh my. Damn, dude. Anything will do that shit.
There is no escape.
Oh!
Little pillager, bent on sacking the lands of gold.
I haven't seen you do that in a while. It's been like ages since I've seen fucking Morgoth do an invasion.
Shall not wait.
Bitch. Anyway, as I was wanting to do, you know what? I'll actually do that. I'm doing pretty good, Superior. I don't know why, but it was kind of funny to me in a way where it's like, it showed me being like the target, you know, like the target and everything. But at one point in time, he's like it's like he's targeting me. Blah. I swear I can speak. So. So when Morgoth does his little invasion thing, okay? There's often like a little random chance, you know, like he'll go for someone, you know, because they have that he'll have that little target thing on your chest. So in my case, like I'm the one getting targeted by him, he's gonna be on my ass, right? And then, you know, like you see them running up, you know, like run against the wall and everything like that. It's like, oh, maybe someone was, like maybe like, he was, actually going for someone else or something like that. And then like, oh, and all of a sudden like, oh, now he turns his attention towards me. fun facts. Like, I literally thought we were going to the madness camp. Like, I literally thought we were going to the madness camp. All of a sudden, like, dupe. Like, we gotta be nice, people. Not trying to think is a bad thing, but still, like, come on. So I'd say I got some pretty nice weaponry. I got 3 grit swords, and I got a crossbow sword. Wait, who? Yeah. Ew, what could that be? Fuck it. Okay. What we doing? Where are we going? Where are we after? Fuck all mazes. If that max stamina thing wasn't there, I probably would have gotten the Probably would have gotten stabbed, be like, hey, Duchess, you know. Dare I do the thing? Because it's Lion's Claw. And fucking Arborias don't do like a Lion's Claw type maneuver. I got 5 whistles and 1 colossal sword. That was weird. I'll take that, sure. And bitch. Ow. Ow. Okay. Why is being a hopeless drain? Yeah. Bitch. Hey, motherfucker! Okay. Right. Yeah. I didn't mean to go this way. Ow. Fuck. Nice. Nice. Okay. Well, well, well. Okay. Okay. So yeah, I think we're going to go ahead in the third. Because, we took on the first two bosses. There's Arborias. Took them that one by one. Everything went pretty nicely. I'm just gonna do this so I can remember how I spelled Arborias. I want to switch my name back. Alright. So yeah, that is going to be it for my second stream of the day. Now, as far as this run goes, like I said, I pretty much just figured I'd do it because I was already on Night Rain, and I was just like, you know what, let's have a second little Night Rain stream, do something a little different, per se. So, here's what's gonna happen. Um, Next time I do Night Rain on the channel, at most, at least in terms of like me on my own little thing. I'll be doing more of my fifth build with Raider. And then afterwards, I'll probably do more Night Arborias, and then we'll go from there. Because I figured what I'll do is kind of like for right now at least, I'm thinking about doing like a thing for Raider, and then Wilder, and then back to Raider again, because the next Raider thing that I have on my little list, on my little plan, my little playthrough plan thing, is I'm gonna be trying to do a Havel Monster build for Raider. I got that sort of build set up for him and everything. So yeah, we're gonna be doing that, and have some fun with that. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed not only this stream but also my other stream as well. That I did. And as always, just want to say thank you guys so much for watching. I really and truly appreciate it. Alright, so even though I rated them during on the first stream, I think I'm going to go raid Inverted Shadow again. Because fuck it, why not? But yeah, that was fun. Had nice little runs there and everything. Had some nice little goodies for drops and nice little passives. But anyway, so my next planned stream, if everything goes well, will hopefully be on Friday, which will be which is far back the week of streaming. I'm going to be attempting to play some Ion Fury at most. Saturday will be shoot 'em up Saturday. I'll be playing some Doom, probably some more Doom 2 mods. Might be looking to get back into doing more Pirate Doom 2. Sunday will probably either be like Outlaws Remastered or Postal Brain Damage, doing the DLC for that. So, yeah. Now, I don't know 100% for sure on this, so take it with a slight grain of salt, but there might be the possibility of a special little thing with me and Onyx doing more Night Ring, or more of our little Night Ring collab, doing a Duchess and Wilder run. So be on the lookout for that. I may or may not stream it on my end, so maybe there might be like a double stream thing on Friday as well, but we'll see. But until then, though, as always, if you enjoyed what you saw today and you watch this on Twitch, feel free to give the channel a follow and become a Rumble Maniac today. If you want to follow me or anyone else online, you can check out my YouTube channel, give it a sub, and all the usual good stuff. Feel free to follow me on Twitter, even Blue Sky as well. And until I see you all in the next video or live stream, as always, take care everybody, and hope you all have a good week or weekend.